Hi guys, welcome to Ask Allie, your place for life advice with a metaphysical twist. Ask Allie is the longest running spiritual podcast on iTunes. I've been helping others there since 2005. You can catch the podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play, along with watching it on YouTube. Today is Monday, September 11th, 2016. I want to thank you for tuning in and giving me a listen to. If you'd like to get a reading, find out more about me, or support the podcast, I'll leave the information below in the show's notes. And don't forget, if you like this podcast, please rate it. Also, don't forget, we are on truefmonline.com, so you can catch the Ask Allie podcast there. Today is September 11th. It is the 16th anniversary of the planes running into the towers and the Pentagon. A lot of, I don't know. It hurts my heart when I think about it. It does. But it's good to remember every year the people who lost their lives when the towers came down, when the planes went down, when the Pentagon was hit, and the people, the responders who ran in and did their best to save people, and then the responders who ran in and saved people, but then died as a result later on of their exposure to asbestos and the other horrible chemicals that were in the buildings at the time. So I think it's good that we all just take a moment to remember, and that between that and Irma and Harvey, that what we think is so important all the time really isn't that important. That argument we have, that grudge we keep, the anger that there's sees inside of us, it's at the end of the day, doesn't really matter. No, it doesn't. So something to think about. Irma, good old Irma. Irma, to all my listeners and watchers in Florida, I hope that you are okay. My father lives in Florida, Punta Gorda, and he came through it. Okay, thank God. And my sister is in Orlando. I haven't heard back from them if they're doing okay, but Orlando's having a lot of power outages and whatnot. So I'll have to try to contact her later and contact my dad again to see what's going on in Punta Gorda with him and his wife and all their animals. I know there's some sort of announcement. I had a feeling there's something else I want to tell you guys. I don't remember what it is. So we're just going to move forward, and if it shows back up, well, then it shows back up. All right, so for the Oracle card overview of the week, I am using the Nature Spirit cards by Denise Lynn. I love the deck. I love nature and I love animals. So this deck it says, hello, Allie. So I use it quite a bit, obviously. So let's do a shuffle here. Let's see what we got. Let's choose 3 cards. All right. Card number 1, 2, card number 3. Right. Okay, so the first card we got, guys, is the prayer feather. See that right there? Hopefully the glare is not too much. The prayer feather is all about loving people even when they don't give you a reason to love them. So if you run into somebody today and they're just being an SOB, instead of being an SOB back, or at least releasing some anger on them, take a deep breath and instead send them love. You don't need to hug them if you don't want to, or but give them a smile and just tell them to have a nice day. Send them love. It's very easy to love another person or love another human when they're doing what you want them to do, when they're nice and smiley and optimistic. It's a bit more difficult when they're down and pessimistic and just having a shitty day. And when someone's down and having a crappy day, that's when they need the most love. So as you see your fellow humans this week, love them no matter what they're doing or what they're saying. I'm not saying put up with anything. I'm just saying send love to them. Okay? Second card we've got here is the Spirit of Air. Now, with the Spirit of Air, we have clarity of thought and the ability to look at what we desire to achieve and be able to move forward with it. The cobwebs are gone. The doubt is gone. Maybe a little bit of doubt's there, but for the majority of it, it's gone. And you've got the laser focus you need to move forward, which is awesome because a lot of times we lack the focus to move forward, even though we see what we want. We just can't go that way. The Spirit of Air helps you to go that way. And last but certainly not least, we have nature spirits. Now, nature spirits is all about magical energy, magical surroundings, being able to look at things and see the awe in life, to believe in yourself, to believe in the magic that you hold within you. And if you couple that with the Spirit of Air, you really can move forward and achieve what you want to achieve. So this seems to be a week of loving other people no matter what they're going through, right? And using your clarity of thought and the awe of life and the magical within you and being able to move forward with whatever it is you need to move forward with. I think that sounds pretty awesome. Now, for my supporters at the $25 level and above, they get the Joshua and Selena overview in a different video with Coffee with Allie. And with Coffee with Allie, Joshua and Selena told them that this was the week that it's time to move forward with things. So that's what Joshua and Selena told them. This is what the cards told you with the clarity and the magic and the awe. Time to move forward. So I'm thinking it's time to move forward with things. What do you think? And that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to mention. Joshua and Selena, the guides that I channel, they have a reading called Stream of Consciousness, and I'm not putting that in anywhere in the show notes or anything. So you have to listen to this podcast if you actually want to get it. It's usually about 6 to 7 pages long, and there's no questions that you ask. It's basically what they tell you what you need to hear, whatever that may be. And so far, with a couple of readings I've done, they seem to be telling people that it's time to move forward, and they tell you how to do it. That's what it's been so far with readings I've done. So if you're interested with something like this, and if you've had one before, each time they do it, it's whatever you need to know in the moment. So what you need to know last time, they did it 2 years ago, isn't what you need to know right now. It's two different things. It's $195. Payment plans are available. Send me an email, alliethieves@yahoo.com. Find me on Facebook. Send me a message on Twitter, Instagram, and I'll hook you up. There are 6 spots left. 6 spots. Okay? All right. So the topic this week is the good that came from Hurricane Irma. That little hussy coming up there, blowing through Florida like it did, knocking out power for 3.8 million people or something like that. Some ridiculous number, with the trees coming down and blowing away some roofs and taking down some walls and moving cars and flooding different areas. What a mess she did, right? But there's something I've noticed with Irma, really, with Harvey, with September 11th, really. It's, first of all, people are very loyal to their location. So whether it's Key West, New York City, or Houston, people are loyal to their community. They don't want to leave. They want to make sure that their location is okay, and they want to make sure they can stay in their area when disaster strikes. They want to be able to leave their home and help their local community. Which brings me to another point. When Irma happened, and Harvey, and we'll just throw in September 11th because today is September 11th, things that we think divide us, things that we feel are just so important that we need to argue about, and that we feel divide us, don't mean anything when it comes to these type of disasters. When we have some sort of big cause, the same enemy, perhaps, the same type of disaster, the whatever it is that comes in and hurts life, we band together, regardless of race, gender, sexual orientation, um, religion, political view. We see each other as humans, and we pull together and we try to help one another. Uh, we seem to have a lot of things going on this year. Maybe the powers that be are trying to show us humans that we really are here to help one another, and what we perceive as what divides us really doesn't divide us. It's our perception is what divides us. There's really no divide there. Uh, it also seems like to me that during Irma and Harvey and the 11th, that people unplug. Granted, a lot of them don't have a choice with no electricity, but communities unplug and they gather together, whether it's in a shelter or a few people get together in someone's home. But you're unplugged and you really get to connect to the people around you. You really get to know them. And you have this shared experience. It's something that nobody will ever forget. But that connection will last a lifetime. You know, the people you've met in the shelters, the people you helped out on the streets, the first responders that help people out of their homes, the ones that delivered a baby down in Florida. Those connections, those being unplugged and making that connection is lifelong. And the connections are good for every soul involved. It gives the soul strength, it ups the energy, it improves moods. It's an all-around good thing, which is one of the reasons I've been writing the book Soulful Connections. Making connections is a good thing. It's good for your health. It's good for your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health. It's good for your community. It's good for your city. It's good for your state. It's good for your world. It's good to be connected, regardless, and not connected via Facebook or Twitter. I mean, actual connections where you have a conversation with somebody, not like a post, but actually have an actual conversation with somebody. And miracles do happen. I mean, my father in Punta Gorda was supposed to get horrible stuff. I mean, his house is only rated up to 110 miles per hour. He was supposed to get a category 4, which is what, 130. His house wouldn't have been able to withstand the winds. He didn't get the 130. He got the 110. They were supposed to get this horrendous storm surge, 10 to 15 feet. They didn't get it, not even close, which is fantastic because he's only 2 miles from the Peace River. And, most of Charlotte County, which is where he lives, 60% of it is either at sea level or a little bit below. So my dad and my stepmom and their animals really could have been screwed. I mean, big time. But they weren't. So miracles, I believe miracles can happen. I do. Instant news can be a good thing. We complain a lot about being so connected via social media and that we're always having things bombarded at us, which can be a problem, of course, if you are watching stuff all the time. But with something like Irma or Harvey, and this would have been nice back for September 11th when things weren't quite so instant in 2001, to have these constant updates about what's going on. I had CNN in the background the entire weekend, watching Irma, figuring out what's going on. And it gave me the knowledge, and it also kind of gave me the peace of mind at times to know what was going on instead of waiting and waiting and waiting for my dad to call me. And social media, again, with the instantness, I knew my friends were okay because they said they were. On Facebook, they were safe. And that gave me a sigh of relief. So while social media is not as connected as we need to be, it proves its worth in situations like this. While it's not a good idea to have instant media coming at us from all directions in type of an emergency, it's good to have that information so that you can keep at peace. So yeah, that's the good I feel that came from Hurricane Irma. The biggest out of everything is the fact that people made connections, connections that probably would not have come about had there not been Irma or Harvey. Okay? All right. So let's move on to Energy 411. Where's my Energy 411? There we are, Energy 411. I'm going to talk about the amethyst. I love amethyst. And I've had this amethyst now, gosh, I don't know how many years anymore. It's been quite a bit, at least 15, 18 years. And amethyst is a type of quartz, and it has all the energy and power of a quartz. So if you don't already know, a quartz is an energy enhancer. It ups the energy of whatever's around it. The key words for an amethyst is calm, psychic sense, and also sobriety. Yes, believe it or not. Amethyst, it's a calm and meditative stone. It helps to work at the emotional, spiritual, and physical planes. Because of its energy, and it helps to promote being calm and balance and peace, it doesn't need cleaned a lot. It doesn't have to be run under hot, cold water and wiped off with a nice white towel. It doesn't need to sit in the sun for a while or in the full moon for a while to get cleansed and charged. It is a self-cleansing, self-charging type of stone, which is awesome. Okay. An amethyst can be very helpful when you're dealing with legal problems and money issues because it does bring prosperity and abundance. It also helps to close out things that are bothering you. It's not really known for closing out things. It's not known for prosperity, but I believe the way it works with your energy to calm you and to allow you to think things through, you're able to implement what you need to implement in order to move forward. That's why I believe the amethyst is such a fantastic prosperity stone. And in the psychic and the spiritual realms, it's a good all-purpose stone that helps you increase your spirituality, enhance your intuition. It helps you to make your mind calm enough for meditation. It helps you to reach other realms during meditation. It's fantastic for astral travel, for dream travel. The channels it can open, it doesn't open as many channels and take you as many places as the Faden quartz from last week when it comes to astral travel and stuff. But it does enable you to do the astral separation easier. It's not an apple separation, the astral separation, because again, it calms you down. When your astral body separates from your physical body, there are a lot of things that happen. You've got vibrations, you've got loud noises. Some people feel like they're going to throw up. There's a lot of physical things that happen, and so people a lot of times get scared and stop the separation process. The amethyst helps you to get through the separation process, right? It helps telepathic connections. It helps you to discover past lives. It helps you to hear your guides and your angels. It's a fantastic stone. If there's one stone that everybody should have, it's the amethyst. Okay. And it also luckily protects you when you're connecting to other people. Say you do readings for a living, or you're telepathically connecting to someone to engage in out-of-body sex. The amethyst is a protective stone as well, right? Now, I mentioned sobriety at the beginning. Amethyst has been used for years as a sobriety stone. So supposedly, lore has it that no matter how much you drink, if you carry an amethyst with you, you're not going to be as drunk as you should be. Also, it helps those who are trying not to drink anymore keep on the straight and narrow. That's what the lore says. I honestly have not tried the sobriety part of it. I don't drink much anyways. I did that in my 20s. And the fact I survived through it, I don't need to do that stuff again. But if you need help to not drink, and once you're an alcoholic, you're always an alcoholic, get yourself some amethyst. And I do believe this would help with other addictions, to keep you from repeating drugs, sex, gambling. Amethyst helps you keep on the straight and narrow. Okay? So, believe it or not, here we are at the end. I want to thank you for joining me here at Ask Allie. If you like this episode, please rate it and tell your friends. The more people who listen, the more people I can help have their aha moments. Join me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and you guys have a fabulous week, and I'll catch you next Monday. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.